We hear. You heard the boos from the crowd, but you smile through everything. You're so unbothered. What's the secret to being unbothered?
I'm not worried about what they booing and what they saying. Come fight night, you know what I mean? It's gonna be me and Canelo, not me and the crowd.
Now, Canelo is the bigger guy, right? But he ain't the big.
When a fighter jumps up to weight classes to face someone like Canelo Alvarez, people usually expect him to be cautious, maybe even nervous. But when Terence Crawford's trainer, BoMac McIntyre, was asked about the undisputed super middleweight champion, he shocked everyone. Looking straight into the camera, he said, "He ain't the bigger guy." How could that be true? What does BoMac know that others don't? His answer is surprising, and it's the reason Team Crawford believes. He won't just beat Canelo, he'll dominate him.
First off, how excited are you about it? And break the fight down for us.
Well, I ain't gonna break the fight down for you because I don't want to get a game plan away. But I'm excited for Terence more than anything to get the fight that he wants, to show the world that he's great. He's great, one of the greats to lace up the gloves. And so it's my job as a trainer. It's the job of Saul, job of Red, whoever else is coming in camp with us, Bernie, to lead him to that win.
A lot of people make a lot about the 21-pound difference, the 14-pound difference, however you want to look at it. And they're saying that they think that it's just going to be too much, a bridge too far for Terence Crawford, that the size and the strength of Canelo Alvarez will carry the day, ultimately wearing the perceivably smaller Terence Crawford down. What do you say about that?
I tell you like this. The man must have seen something when he called to Canelo out, because you got to remember, Buck called Canelo out. So he must see something in order for him to get that win. And he know he can win. So like I said before, it's our job to get him to that point.
I talked to Jose Benavidez Jr. about the fight between Terence and Canelo Alvarez. A glowing report from Jose Benavidez Jr. about Terence Crawford, saying that Canelo Alvarez better not sleep on Terence Crawford because he is an effing beast.
Well, you know, he been in there with Bud, so he understands, you know, what Bud can bring to what brings to the table. So he just giving that warning out to this, not only Canelo, he giving the warning out to all the bettors out there that's going to bet against Bud. You know, fuck up and lose your money.
The story has been the same. Canelo Alvarez is a powerhouse. He's beaten bigger, stronger opponents, destroyed world champions, and even knocked out proven light heavyweights. So, when BoMac dismissed the size difference, people thought he was crazy. But it wasn't just empty talk, it was insight. According to BoMac, Crawford has actually spent most of his career cutting down to lower weights. He said, "Man, listen, he should have been at 168 a long time ago." To BoMac, this isn't a welterweight moving up, it's a natural super middleweight finally showing his true size and power. The man stepping into the ring on Saturday won't be the smaller guy taking a risk. He'll be in his element.
Seeing him through the process, man, of his body transformation, instead of cutting down to 47 or 54, to just be coming down to 68, which seems more of his natural weight.
Man, listen, let me tell you, man, he should have been at 68 a long time ago, but, you know, myself, just make him take advantage of 35, 40, 47. If you can make it, let's make it. After he accomplished everything they accomplished, you can't be mad at him when he say, "Hey man, fuck that shit, man. I'm gonna fight you, Canelo at 168." When he naturally walk around big any goddamn way.
Right. Yeah. Now, Canelo is the bigger guy, right? But
he ain't the bigger guy.
Are you aware, I assume you are, but let me ask, of the old adage in boxing, the great big man beats the good big man beats the good little man?
But that's what they say, but it's not always the case. You know, when you look at all the great little men that moved up in weight, they beat the great big man. You know, a lot of people, they running with that narrative. Who came up with that?
Well, they just noticed through the years, man, for 100 years, you're right, there have been examples.
I'm saying, who came up with that?
I don't know if there was a...
See, don't nobody know.
Name the person.
Don't nobody know who came up with that, and everybody just running with it because they don't know what they talking about. You know, when we look at the history of boxing, more little men moved up in weight to be the bigger man than boxing. more little man. When you talk about Floyd Mayweather, when you talk about De La Hoya, when you talk about Pacquiao, when you talk about Sugar Ray Leonard, when you talk about Roberto Duran, when you talk about Canelo Alvarez, when you talk about Terence Crawford, when you talk about Shakur Stevenson, I can name fighters for days that was smaller, that moved up in weight consistently and was successful.
But even if Crawford belongs at 168, what about Canelo's legendary power? That's the weapon that's put elite fighters on the canvas. BoMac, though, didn't flinch when asked about it. His answer was blunt. I don't give a damn about that power. He believes Canelo's punches won't matter against their game plan. Their strategy isn't about standing toe-to-toe or trading shots. It's about something much smarter, something that neutralizes Canelo's biggest weapon.
The power coming from Canelo, everyone is questioning whether or not Terence has the chin to stand up to it just because he's never fought at this weight before. Do you expect Canelo to be the biggest punch that Crawford has taken? And is there a way to train for that?
Well, I'll tell you what, we ain't been in there with him, so we don't know. So when the power do comes, if it ever do come, we'll deal with it when it comes.
Is there certain defenses that you're working on specific for Canelo to neutralize that kind of power?
Yeah, hit and not get hit. I think the IQ is what's going to be the factor in the fight. The IQ, even if it's counter punching, if it's the lead, if it's footwork or whatever, if it's pressing, it's going to be the IQ. You know, can he press effectively? Can he counter punch effectively? You know what I'm saying? You can do all that and not be effective. So that's where IQ comes in.
What's the secret? When a reporter asked BoMac how he's preparing Crawford for a bigger, harder puncher, he gave a one-word answer: timing. This fight, in their eyes, won't be a brawl, it'll be a chess match. BoMac believes Crawford's deep amateur background gives him a higher boxing IQ than Canelo. Their plan is simple: hit and not get hit. Use timing, precision, and ring IQ to make Canelo's power useless. Turn his strength into frustration.
Tell you what we're looking at. We're looking at who got the best IQ.
Oh.
He also exposed what he sees as Canelo's hidden weakness: stamina. He boldly predicted that by the 6th or 7th round, Canelo will start to fatty, and that's when Crawford will take over. Some analysts rush to defend Canelo's gas tank, but the seed of doubt has already been planted.
Hey, shit. I don't give a fuck about that power. Well, how you beat power?
Speed.
You said what?
Speed.
And what else?
IQ.
Timing.
That's why you're the coach and I'm not.
I mean, you make some good, you got some good answers, but that power ain't gonna be able to sustain throughout the fight. Watch. And he usually slows down between 6 and 7. When you slow down, that's a fucking wrap.
District 6, and then came the rumors. Whispers started that Crawford had a shoulder injury. When asked about it, Crawford didn't deny it. Instead, he smirked and told reporters, "Yeah, my shoulder's messed up. Don't tell Canelo." Was it a joke? A bluff to trick Canelo into underestimating him? Or was he actually hiding an injury? Nobody knows. But one thing's clear: Crawford's camp is playing every mental game possible, inside and outside the ring.
You already know that everybody or many people saying that, I don't know if the left one, the right one, or both, but somebody says that you have some kind of problem in any one of your shoulders. Can you just clarify what is your position about those rumors?
Yeah, my shoulder messed up here one. So don't tell Canelo. Maybe the right, maybe the left, but it's both of them. I'm having problems with my shoulders. Shh, keep that under wrap.
There's rumors you've got a shoulder injury. Do you have a shoulder injury, or is that just rubbish?
Where I got a shoulder injury? I don't know. I think people coming up with their own, antics. Terence Crawford got sober, Terence Crawford shaved, Terence Crawford slow, Terence Crawford. Yeah, they coming up with all kinds of stuff.
Are you feeling a difference in power now you've moved up and you're at your natural weight?
Power is the wrong color. So that's not any worries that I ever had.
7, even though he's the betting underdog, Crawford's confidence has only grown. At first, he said he was 70% sure he would beat Canelo, but as fight week got closer, that number jumped. Now, he says he's 1,000% sure. This isn't just hype. Crawford sees this fight as his destiny. He's chasing his story to become the first male boxer ever to be undisputed in 3 different weight classes. For him, this isn't just another fight. It's his legacy.
We never 100%.
What percentage are you?
I would say 70.
Really?
Yeah,
The 2/3 chance you'll win.
of course. I'm always high on confidence.
How sure are you today that you win this fight?
I'm 1,000% sure now. You know, you gotta think. You know, going into a fight, you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, you can get injuries. He can get injuries. Like, there's so many things that goes on in a boxing match. You know, the judges, the ref, like just everything, preparation. So you're not 100% sure. If a fighter say, "Oh, I'm 1,000% sure," you know, they lying. Because you got to go out there and perform at the end of the day. And I'm more than ready to go out there and perform this Saturday.